Welcome. You're listening to TALRadio powered by Touch Your Life Foundation, and this is Foodology. I'm radio host Devansh, and on this show, I talk about the enormous world of a little word called food. I hope you tuned into last week's episode, all about the misunderstood macronutrient, carbohydrates. I took you back to the basics, focusing on the age-old saying of eating a balanced diet. What constitutes a balanced diet? Simple: an equal, balanced, and recommended amount of macro as well as micronutrients needed by our body along with plenty of water. I went on explaining that macronutrients are the ones which are needed in larger amounts by the body, whereas micronutrients are the opposite. All of these nutrients play their very own important role in the body. I further dived into the world of carbs, the popular misconceptions, as well as the fad diets which emerged over the past few decades. Today, on this macronutrient mini-series, we are talking about proteins. Proteins are one of the most important macromolecules. We all know that they play a crucial role in almost every biological process, including cell growth and repair, metabolism, and the immune response. Okay, whenever you think of proteins, what comes to your mind? Eggs, meat, pulses, dairy, and whatnot, right? Without doubt, these foods are vital for human processes. And to first understand this nutrient, we must get into the science of it. Scientifically speaking, proteins are made of small units called amino acids, which are held together by peptide bonds. And there are 20 different amino acids that make up the protein in our bodies. Some of these amino acids can be produced by the body, while others, known as essential amino acids, can only be obtained from the diet. These amino acids can be arranged into almost an infinite number of combinations, giving rise to a vast diversity of protein structures and functions. It is recommended that you consume around 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight, but this can vary depending on individuals' needs and activity level. Athletes and people who engage in regular strength training may require more protein. It's important to consume enough protein in your diet, as the body cannot store protein like it can with carbohydrates or fats. There can be many different types of proteins, including enzymes, hormones, and structural proteins. The enzymes catalyze chemical reactions in the body. Hormones regulate various physiological processes. And structural proteins provide support and shape to the cells and tissues. Protein is an essential nutrient for our bodies, providing the building blocks for muscles, skin, and other tissues. But where did ancient people get their protein from? And how did they realize that this food source is beneficial for their growth and development? The answer is that it varied depending on the time period and location. In the Paleolithic era, which lasted from about 2.5 million years ago to 10,000 years ago, the hunter-gatherers relied on wild animals and plants for protein. They hunted large mammals like mammoths and bisons, as well as smaller game like deer and rabbits. They also ate fish and shellfish from rivers and oceans. In addition, they gathered wild plants such as berries, nuts, and seeds, which provided some protein, but not as much as the animal sources. As humans from that time transitioned into an agricultural lifestyle during the Neolithic era, they began to domesticate animals like sheep, goat, pigs, and cows. That gave them ample, reliable sources of protein, as they could be raised on farms and their meat could be stored for later. Additionally, these agricultural civilizations started to cultivate cereal grains such as wheat, barley, and rice, which also gave them some protein. As these civilizations developed, we find that people of the Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Greek civilizations ate legumes like lentils, peas, beans, which are a great source of plant-based protein. Though these foods were typically consumed by people of the lower economic classes. And meat, on the other hand, was considered a luxury food and was only reserved for the wealthy. After the ancient times, the significance and the study of proteins and food kind of died down. But in the modern era, the history of proteins popped up and can be traced back to the 19th century, when scientists first began to study the chemical makeup of living organisms. In 1838, German physiologist Justus von Liebig said that proteins were made up of amino acids, which are small molecules that can be linked together in various combinations. Further, in 1868, a Swiss physician discovered a new type of acid in the nuclei of white blood cells. He called this acid nuclein, which later came to be known as nucleic acid. This discovery laid foundation for the discovery of DNA and RNA, which are both important for protein synthesis. Further, in 1902, Emil Fischer, a German chemist, proposed that proteins were made up of specific sequences of amino acids, which he called protein sequence hypothesis. As years went on, in the 1960s and 70s, scientists began to use X-ray crystallography to study the three-dimensional structure of proteins. Today, scientists continue to study proteins in order to understand their roles in health and disease. Advancement in genetic engineering and biotechnology have also allowed us to manipulate protein in order to create new medicines and therapies. Additionally, there is this study of proteomics, which is the large-scale analysis of proteins. This study has begun to reveal new insights into the working of cells and organisms. We all know that proteins are essential for our overall health. They are crucial building blocks for our muscles, bones, and skin. But that's not all. Proteins also help to keep us feeling full and satisfied, which can be helpful for weight management. One of the most important benefits of proteins is its role in muscle growth and repair. Whenever we exercise, we break down muscle fibers, and proteins help to rebuild and strengthen those fibers. This is especially important for athletes and bodybuilders. But it's also very important for anyone who wants to maintain or improve their muscle mass as they age. Protein is also important for our bone health. Our bones are constantly breaking down and rebuilding, and protein is what's needed for the process. Eating enough protein can help to prevent osteoporosis, which is a condition in which the bones become weak and brittle. Protein is also very important for the skin. Collagen, which is a type of protein and is the largest one in the body, is what gives our skin its elasticity and strength. Eating enough protein can help to keep our skin looking youthful and radiant. Protein is also a key player in weight management, as I've told you. It can help to keep you feeling full, which can prevent overeating. To churn out all the goodness and health benefits that I talked about, and more, it's important to include a variety of protein sources into your diet to ensure that you're getting all the essential amino acids that your body needs. There are many different sources where you can get your protein from, including meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and plant-based options like beans, nuts, and tofu. In the recent years, there has been a woke movement regarding food and nutrition. But not everything you see on social media has to be true. If you are genuinely willing to invest your time and money in the wellness world, I'd suggest taking advice from a professional. Due to this age of information, a lot of misconceptions about food have emerged. Let me break some of them down for you. One of the biggest misconceptions about proteins is that more is better. While it's true that we do need more protein to survive, too much protein can actually be harmful. Excess protein can put stress on your kidneys, liver, and other organs, leading to their damage. Additionally, consuming too much protein can lead to weight imbalances and contribute to heart diseases. Another common misconception is that animal protein is superior to plant protein. That is simply not true. Plant-based protein sources such as beans, lentils, and nuts are just as good as animal-based protein sources. In fact, plant-based sources often have additional health benefits, such as being rich in fiber, having vitamins and minerals, and they can also reduce the risks of certain diseases. Another misconception that I'd want to mention is that people believe that you need protein supplements to get enough protein. That's not the case. Protein supplements such as powders, bars, tablets can be convenient, but they are not necessary. You can get all the proteins you need from a balanced diet that includes a variety of different protein sources. Protein supplements can be beneficial for individuals who have difficulty getting enough protein through their diet alone. Overall, it's important to remember that protein supplements should not replace a balanced diet. They should only be used as a supplement to it. With the increasing media awareness, there has been a growing interest in high protein diets, which are designed to alter the amount of protein in your diet to help you build and maintain muscle mass, lose weight, and improve your overall health. These diets typically include a variety of lean protein sources, such as chicken, fish, eggs, and legumes, as well as low carbohydrate foods like vegetables and fruits. One popular high protein diet is the ketogenic diet. Remember, I talked about it in the previous episode. If you don't, let me familiarize you with it again. Keto diet is a low carb, medium protein, and high fat diet that forces the body to burn fat for fuel instead of carbohydrates, a state called ketosis. This diet is often used to help people lose weight and improve their overall health. Another popular high protein diet is the paleo diet, which is based on the idea that humans should eat the same type of foods that our ancestors ate during the Paleolithic era. This diet includes a lot of meat, fish, vegetables, and fruits, but eliminates all processed foods, grains, and dairy products. While high-protein diets can be effective for weight loss and improving your overall health, it's important to remember that it's not a one-size-fits-all. If you're thinking about starting a high-protein diet, it's important to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian first to ensure that it's safe and appropriate for you. Along with these diets, there's also a growing trend of plant-based proteins, and it's gaining a lot of spotlight commercially. Alright, first things first, why plant-based protein is becoming more popular? There are a few reasons for this. Let me tell you. One is the growing awareness of the environmental impacts of animal agriculture. Raising animals for meat and dairy products can have a significant impact on greenhouse gas emission, deforestation, and water pollution. Additionally, many people are looking to reduce their consumption of animal products for health reasons, and plant-based diets have been linked to a reduced risk of chronic diseases. Not only has all of this led to improved health of people and environment, but also the adornment of restaurant menus and convenience store aisles with plant-based protein options. Proteins are the building blocks of life, and they are essential for proper functioning of all living organisms. Composed of amino acids, they play a crucial role in many biological processes. Advances in biotechnology have enabled scientists to produce large quantities of proteins for use in medicine, research, and industry. The study of proteins continues to be an active area of research, with new discoveries being made all of the time. If you are looking to improve your intake of protein in your diets, consider taking these few tips. You can eat more lean meats such as chicken, turkey, and fish. You can include eggs in your breakfast or as a snack because they're a great source of protein. Add beans, lentils, and chickpeas to your soups, salads, and stews for a plant-based protein boost. Trying Greek yogurt or cottage cheese as a high-protein alternative to regular yogurt can be a great option. Add nuts and seeds such as almonds, pumpkin seeds, and chia seeds to your diet as a healthy source of protein and healthy fats. Incorporating protein-rich foods like quinoa, millet, and amaranth as a replacement for rice or regular pasta can be a great option. You must include one source of protein in every meal and snack. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, try including plant-based protein sources like soy, seitan, tempeh into your diet. Adding protein powders like whey, casein, or pea protein can help to boost protein intake, but it's also very important to check the ingredients and choose the one that fits your dietary needs. Experiment with different types of these protein-rich foods to find what you like and what works best for you. You must not be afraid to try new recipes and cuisines that incorporate these protein-rich ingredients, because after all food and diet is not one size fits all. Thank you so much for sticking around with me on this episode of Foodology. I had an incredible time talking to you. This is radio host Devansh signing off. Hope you have a beautiful and a magical day ahead. See you soon.